welcome to a state semifinal edition of Shore Sports Zone. I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for checking out our extended highlights of 3 great rematches with a trip to the state title on the line. We get started here in Red Bank, St. Joe's Montville paying a visit to the RBC Casey's. Let's check out all the action. The Casey's faithful out in full force, braving the elements. We all know the backstory of this game. St. Joe's Montville ending RBC's season last year in the playoffs 24-7. Opening drive, they march right down the field, but Nick Lubisher comes up with a fumble recovery at the 10-yard line. But St. Joe Montville was awfully tough in the first quarter. They looked good. Jack Walsh keeps it himself, the 6-yard run. It's 7-0 early. Then, big third down conversion here. Tom Spurnell works those legs, extra effort, keeps the drive alive, and it would set the stage for Spurnell from 16 yards out. RBC's on the board were tied up at 7. But on the first play from scrimmage following that touchdown, Jack Walsh finds J.T. Giles Harris. This is a 65-yard touchdown, 14-7. St. Joe Montville looking dominant in this one. But then RBC would establish themselves in a big way. Eddie Hahn showing off the mobility. The Casey's are driving, and it would lead to this. Hahn eludes the rush. Look at this great throw. Trevor Cowley's got it. We're tied up at 14 apiece. And after the RBC defense kind of got punched in the mouth in the first quarter, they settled down nicely. Take a look at the tackle here by Dylan Murphy. That's a 2-point takedown. Great tackle there by Murphy. More RBC defense now. Dan Weiland able to cause the fumble. Walsh does a good job of falling on it. At the half, we're tied up at 14 apiece. Third quarter, huge play here. It looks like RBC's running right. I thought they were running right. Nice job by the Casey's to fool everyone, including me. It's Nick Cella, a 57-yard touchdown run, and the Casey's have a 21-14 lead. And the RBC offensive line showed pure dominance in the second half. They were opening up holes time after time. This is Tommy Spurnell with a huge run. It would set the stage for Hahn. His second touchdown pass of the game, Nick Lubisher. Well, he was doing it all on Friday night. 28-14 with 1:04 to go in the third. And the momentum was completely in RBC's favor in the second half here. An errant snap on the punt put 2 points on the board with the safety to make it 30-14. And everyone got in on the fun when it came to the RBC running attack. Check out Mike Cordova with a great run right there. And to cap things off, Tommy Spurnell, his second touchdown of the night. A lot of people thought that St. Joe's was going to run RBC off the field. Instead, the exact opposite thing happened. This is a game that people will be talking about all across the state. The defending Group 3 non-public champs are out of the postseason. The Red Bank Catholic Casey's, 44-14 winners over St. Joe's. For the first time since 1980, the Casey's are on their way to play for a state championship. It will happen at MetLife Stadium in early December. After the game, Jim Portella trying to keep his team focused on the task at hand, which is the ultimate goal of a state championship.
We weren't ready for the season to end. We wanted to be together for 2 more weeks. We enjoy each other. I wanted to coach the kids for 2 more weeks. I got 2 more weeks to do that. I'm grateful to God for that.
It feels great. Like Coach Portella said, our goal wasn't to beat St. Joe's. Our goal is to win a state championship, and I think we're going to do that in 2 weeks.
Our offensive line just did a great job pushing them around, just making every block, and having the heart to win it. That was it.
Yeah, they're a very good team, very good defensive players. Got a lot of kids going like Division I, but we were just more physical. We kept pounding the ball right up the middle. They couldn't stop it.
They open up big holes for me, and I just run through them. They do all the work, and I get all the glory. It's a shame, Kroger and Ryan and Roy and Liam and Neil and Steve never get any credit, so definitely need to give them all of it. And we just keep going after it, whether it's the first quarter or the fourth. It's great seeing all these people, all the support we got going. It's a great thing. And I can't wait to go in 2 weeks to MetLife.
Round 2 of the great rivalry, Central Jersey Group 4 semis. Brick Township hosting Jackson Memorial. Dragons defending state champs. Jackson Memorial losing a heartbreaker to Brick earlier in the regular season in overtime. Oh my, what a different story in this football game, because on the opening drive, after a roughing the kicker penalty gives Jackson a second chance, Joe DeMaio to Kyle Johnson. That sets the stage for Vincent Lee from a yard out. It's 7-0 Jaguars with 6:50 to go in the first. And on the ensuing kickoff, Jasir Taylor is going to lose the handle on this. And Jackson Memorial's back in business, recovering the ball at the 26-yard line. And this Jackson Memorial offense takes advantage of the mistake. Joe DeMaio keeping it himself. A 24-yard run. It would lead to Mike Gowlick from 4 yards out. The sophomore running back makes it 14-0 before Brick has even touched the football on offense. And the Jackson Memorial defense was tremendous in this game. Carmen Sclafani is picked off here by the quarterback, Joe DeMaio. Early second quarter, Gowlick with his second touchdown run of the game. This is a 7-yard scoring play. It's 21-0 Jackson Memorial. The Jaguars defense keying in on Sclafani. He's so dangerous here. Group tackling results in no gain, and it allows the Jackson Memorial offense to go back to work. And DeMaio to Matt Castronova. This is 53 yards. Remember, Castronova didn't play in the first Brick game because he had to sit out for a transfer rule. It's 28-0 in the second quarter. So Brick's trying to get something going before the half, and Jasir Taylor provides a spark. Here's Taylor with a kickoff return all the way down to the 40-yard line. But the Jackson Memorial defense would squash any opportunity that came Brick's way. Here's Sclafani getting picked off by Kyle Johnson. The Jaguars would tack on a field goal. It was 31-0 Jackson at the half. Second half, Ray Fataruso trying to get something going, and Fataruso breaks open a huge 50-yard gain. But more great play from the secondary. Gowlick, boy, he does it all. The INT picks off Sclafani, keeps a goose egg on the board for Brick. And I'll tell you what, Mike Gowlick has emerged as a star. He won a Monmouth Building Center game ball. Here's his third touchdown run of the game, 18 yards. So it's 3 TD runs and an interception for Mike Gowlick. And the shocker is complete. Jackson Memorial would tack on one more touchdown. 44-0 is your final. I don't think anyone saw this coming. These teams played so close back in the regular season when Brick won at Jackson in overtime. But this is without a question a completely different Jackson Memorial football team. They beat RBC, gained a tremendous amount of confidence, and right now nobody in the state of New Jersey wants to play Jackson Memorial. They may be the hottest team in the Garden State. A dominating performance. After the game, our Alex Lorenzo caught up with the quarterback, Joe DeMaio.
I mean, after that game, we had an awful taste in our mouth and a pit in our stomach, and it fueled us for the whole season. When we had Brick in the back of our minds, didn't want to go over anyone on the schedule, but it was in the back of our minds, and we all let it out tonight.
After being RBC and Brick, how confident are you going into the state championship now?
After being the #1 team in the shore, after 40-win streak, it's crazy. And then beating Brick like this, we're confident we can beat anybody.
A windy night in Middletown. The Eagles looking to get to the state championship. They had to get past Neptune. Middletown South beat Neptune earlier this season, 41-0. But the Royal Moore factor was in this matchup. He missed the first matchup due to transfer rules, but he had trouble with the Middletown South defense. Dylan Rogers with the sack right there. Here's Matt Mosquera, the quarterback, going to work here. He swings the pass out to Patrick Crow. And Crow does a nice job of getting some extra yardage. The drive would stall, though. But Middletown South gets it back. Here's Mosquera on the run. Good job of getting out of bounds to the 20-yard line. And Middletown South's got a drive going. They go to their top rushing option. That's Cole Rogers. All the way down to the 12-yard line. The Eagles would settle for a Matt Mosquera field goal. This from 30 yards out. It's good. 3-0 Middletown South. Neptune, who's been playing so good these last 4 or 5 weeks. Jeree Parrish with a great run right there. And then more Neptune. Second quarter action now. It's more to Marquet Ellington, but the drive would stall. But Ellington would get more stuff going here because he comes up with the INT. So Neptune's only down 3-0 in the second quarter. They've got the ball back. Moore finds Isaiah Calhoun. Good run there after the catch to the 35-yard line. Then Hunter Daly from 35 yards out. We're tied up at 3 apiece with just a minute to go. But one play can change the whole tide of a game, and this was the tide changer. Joe Timmons, 92 yards. All of a sudden, instead of 3-3 heading into halftime, Middletown South has a 10-3 lead at intermission, and they carried it over into the third quarter. Here's Mosquera rolling right. Gets the completion there to Brian Badrick. It would set up Mosquera's second field goal of the game. He has kicked 11 field goals this year. That is a tremendous stat right there. It's now 13-3. And the Middletown South defense completely stifled Royal Moore. That's another good play by Dylan Rogers. And then turn it over to the other Rogers, Cole Rogers. He's in the zone. And Middletown South is back in the state championship mix. Congratulations to Coach Steve Antonucci and all the Eagles. 27-3 is your final. There will be a Shore Conference champion from Central Jersey Group 4. Middletown South taking on Jackson Memorial for all the marbles. Central Jersey Group 3. How about some drama in Matawan? The Huskies taking on Ocean Township, who had that big upset over the #1 seed last week. Fourth quarter, it's 20-17 Matawan. The Ocean defense comes up with this fumble recovery, and they've got a chance to head to the state finals. And Kenny Pickett and the offense goes to work. This is Marcus Blackman. Remember, no Tyler Thompson, who broke his leg. Blackman taking over some of the running duties. Ocean's on the move. And then Pickett across the middle to Blackman. Ocean is 7 yards away from taking the lead late in the fourth quarter. But the Matawan defense has an answer here. The quarterback sack. So now Ocean, instead of going for the win, they have to settle for a field goal to tie it. Matt Fisher gets it off the upright. We're tied at 20 with 38 seconds to go. But Sean Ramcharan has a solid return, gives Matawan good field position, and L.C. Pearson finds Jimmy Pierce. Remember, there's only 38 seconds, but Pierce, so smart, gets out of bounds, keeps things going, and then Pearson rolling to DeJohn Rogers. Rogers gets out of bounds, and there's only 10 seconds left, and they turn it over to Adam Elliott, and you can feel the tension. Elliott, from 26, there was no doubt about it. Adam Elliott coming through big. There's just 5 seconds left. But hold on, there's still a little time on the clock, so they've got to squib it. And Blackman's going to try and be the hero, but Matawan is there. And the pictures say it all. Matawan is heading to the Central Jersey Group 3 title game. Congratulations to John Kay and the Huskies. What a tremendous football game. 23-20 is your final. Have to give a lot of credit to Donald Klein. Remember, he lost his star player a few weeks back. This team was able to make quite a magnificent run. They fall just short And now the stage is set for Matawan taking on Carteret in the Group 3 final. Carteret pulled off a stunner at Long Branch, winning 21-17. Matawan, with that 7-4 record, is heading to the state championship. The Huskies win it by 3 over Ocean.
Hey, got to give a special thanks to TJ Brustowitz and Alex Lorenzo for braving the elements to bring you great high school football action in this state semifinal round. We've got one more Monmouth Building Center game ball to hand out. We'll post that on Sunday. And then don't forget, Thanksgiving Day, plenty of great rivalry football. We'll have that for you here on ShoreSportsZone.com. And then complete and thorough coverage of the state championships. Congratulations to all the Shore teams that have made it to the state finals. I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks again for checking out our high school sports coverage here on ShoreSportsZone.com. And have a great weekend.